Hey everybody, Wes here with another Naruto chapter review. I know I haven't done one in a while. I think my last one was 607 if I'm right. That was the one I did with Leaf Beast. But whatever the case, I'm doing another Naruto review. So bear with me people. And the chapter starts off with Orochimaru, like he basically did like a loophole around the whole death seal thingy and brought back all four Hokages. Okay, just saying, when that happened, I was basically mind fucked. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like the last time Orochimaru brought back Hokages, it was just the first and second, and they were godlike. Now he has the third and the fourth Hokage. That's a little too much if you ask me. But from the looks of it, he's not trying to fight anyone at this point. He's just rambling on about what Sasuke wants. Sasuke wants this, Sasuke wants that. So, whatever. When the Hokages like come back, Tobirama, the second Hokage, he's just like, oh, Orochimaru, this guy again. And the third actually knows that he must have released the seal on the, he must have released the Reaper seal and like got his arms back. And Minato's all astonished or whatever, but hey, he's actually new compared to these guys. And he goes on, he's rambling on about, hey, maybe Orochimaru did this. It looks like he was able to do that. And the first Hokage is just like, who are you? Just the funniest thing I read like actually all day. That was pretty funny. He goes on, he's like, oh, I'm the fourth Hokage, I'm the new one. The first, like, the fourth? Wait, the village is still intact? That's great. And he's like, wait a minute, if you're dead, then who's the fifth Hokage? And Orochimaru was like, oh, that's your granddaughter, Princess Tsunade. Okay, I want to pause right here and say, I didn't really think of Tsunade as a princess. I just saw her as some gambling woman who didn't want to accept the fact that she was old. But anyway, after he says that, the first Hokage just gets all depressed. He's like, oh, she's the new Hokage? Is the village alright? Everyone's like, are you okay? I don't see anything wrong with it. And he just rants on about how he spoiled her and he even saw her at a gamble. Does anyone else ever wonder if she swindled him out of a lot of money when she was growing up? Cause maybe it's just me. And Suigetsu is just astonished at how laid back the first is and how he's not really all he was cracked up to being the legend. And the second Hokage, he's still stuck on the fact that Orochimaru brought him back using Edo Tensei. He's like, Edo Tensei again? You're using my jutsu so easily. Orochimaru goes on to say something like, well, it's not that complicated to use. He's like, it just shouldn't have been created in the first place. So basically what he's saying is like, the actual jutsu just shouldn't have been created. You're a horrible person for making it. You should just go away. And the second Hokage is just like, oh, are you planning on attacking the Leaf Village again? And the third Hokage is like, yes, you obviously are planning on attacking the Leaf Village because you're a bad guy. We don't like your kind around here. And everyone's jumping to conclusions. The first Hokage just talking down to the second Hokage, and the second Hokage just literally talks down to the first Hokage. He's like, I told you that time. Be quiet, brother. I'm talking to this youngster. But silence, brother. And it was just funny hearing the second Hokage like did at the first Hokage. It was just kind of funny to me. And Suigetsu's like the god of shinobi, has no dignity. But then Orochimaru has to actually like give his explanation. He's like, no, 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 no. I'm not trying to attack the Leaf Village right now. That's not my plan after all. In fact, I'm not even blocking out your personality. Then he tells them that he really just wants you all to be here to talk to this one boy and his wish. And he didn't. So to anyone else, he didn't sound like Santa Claus. Just saying. So now it's Sasuke's little corner, his question corner. Is where like he gets his dream to talk to the 4 Hokages with his little Q&A session. The third Hokage is like Sasuke, and the second like Uchiha. No wonder you're with the enemy. So Sasuke asks the third Hokage, you ordered Itachi to kill the entire Uchiha clan? And the third's like, Sasuke, you know that? He's like, yeah, I killed Itachi in order to take revenge on my clan. And after hearing the truth from Danzo and Tobi, I decided to take revenge on the Leaf Village. But I want to hear from you everything about Itachi. He's like, I see. And then he goes on about how he really sent, how yes, they ordered him to kill his clan. They even ordered him to go watch over the Akatsuki by itself. That basically makes a lot of sense, because Itachi with the Akatsuki, there needs to be some kind of point behind it. So that means Itachi and Kisame, their whole little friendship were based around a mission. That makes a little more sense. And he talks about how Itachi had the reasoning of a Hokage even at the age of 7. His mind wasn't clouded by certain things like everyone else. And how when he was a kid, he realized the teachings and seals of his ancestors, even though other people really couldn't care less. So I'm guessing that's where he learned most of his skills from, seeing as how he was a really high-ranked ninja even when he was a kid. And he starts talking about how the Uchiha clan was about to like go against the entire village, and he basically stopped it by killing everyone in the clan. And seeing as how he was a murderer at this point, and he slaughtered his whole clan, that was like the perfect chance for him to, quote, leave the village and join the Akatsuki, which was actually his mission, to watch over the Akatsuki and make sure they don't do anything involving the Leaf Village. Well, that explains how the Akatsuki had everything to do with every other village, namely the Rain Village, Mist Village, and nothing to do with the Leaf Village. But wait, here comes the second Hokage with his weather forecast of doom, talking about how the Uchiha basically annihilated each other. Well, they're a cursed clan anyway. But Orochimaru pretty much calls him a hypocrite, saying it was you who cornered them. It all started when you created the Uchiha military police. He basically goes on to say how when you're in authority or you control crime, people tend to dislike you, and because they were political authorities, they got conceited, thinking they were too much and they were above the law. And the first Hokage starts raining on it, the second, saying, I told you that was a bad idea. You weren't supposed to persecute the Uchiha. And the second goes, I gave them a role they could be good at. So, in his head, the Uchiha, who he really didn't like, were meant to be the police force. Yeah, we're gonna need another chapter for that, because I'm not quite following you on that one. And he's like, well, the Uchiha are a clan possessed by evil. And like, you can see how Sasuke's face just gets all enraged. It's just like at this point you'd expect Sasuke to probably start a fight or something, maybe attack the second Hokage, but he just sucks it all up and he just asks him with a straight face. Second Hokage, I'll ask you, what is the Uchiha clan? What do they know? So the second is about to go on his whole rant about how the Uchiha clan and the Uchiha clan were long-time rivals. Sasuke stops him. He's like, I know. Don't give me that BS. What do you mean by possessed by evil? And this is where everything gets really, technical. Going on about how the Senju always thought the Uchiha's power came from love and not jutsu. But the Uchiha thought that jutsu was everything and it was above love. But that's not really what they thought. That was only what the Senju thought of them. No other, like the Uchiha clan treasures love more than anything else. And so they sealed it off from themselves. He goes on to say how the Uchiha have strong emotions, stronger than any other clan, stronger than any other bloodline. And when an Uchiha knows love, it makes a power stronger than something even the Senju could create. But then at the same time, their love is like too strong, and when it's too strong, they tend to run wild with it, and they don't know how to control themselves. That's understandable. Seen it before. Obito, Obito, pussy. And when an Uchiha loses love, it turns into a stronger hate, and it changes the person. And I like how he calls it a symptom. He says when that happens, a certain symptom occurs. But I had to go back and quote him on this. When Uchiha suffer after experiencing the loss of a loved one or despair, special chakra sprouts inside their brain, which affects the optic nerves and produces a change in the eyes. That is the eye that reflects feelings, the Sharingan. Quoted by Tobirama. But then he goes on to say how the Sharingan is supposed to align with the person's feelings and makes them stronger. And together with the hatred in their heart, they can become even more powerful. But I like this part. He talks about how the deeper their darkness becomes, the more powerful their eyes get. And it's impossible to handle them, like Madara Uchiha. Okay, if I hadn't have read the next panel, so many things would have went through my head. He says how Madara really loved his brother, even more than Sasuke loved Itachi. And you must love your brother a hell of a lot to be able to fight off all the Kages. Pretty much kill all the Kages. But then Tobirama goes on to say, oh, well, I just wanted the Uchiha to use their powers and their emotions to benefit the village. That's why I made them police force. But since they all ended up killing each other, I guess it benefited the village after all. And the first Hokage is just trying to get him to calm down. He's like, well, Tobirama, maybe you shouldn't say such things around a pure Uchiha child. And the second, he's not going for that shit. He's like, well, what's important is the village. The village is the point. You should understand that, brother. Then Sasuke cuts him off. I don't care. I'm not pure nor a child. And he activates his Mangekyo Sharingan. And they both get quiet. The second just thinking to himself, that's not basic. That's a Mangekyo Sharingan? So then he turns to the first Hokage. First Hokage, I'll ask you. What is the village? What are shinobi in the first place? And that's the end of the chapter. But back to that Madara subject. I'm still thinking about how much emotion you must have to power that shot. Well, for your Sharingan to feed off of and give you more power. That's a lot of emotion, man. Like, I'm pretty sure his brother played a bigger role in this than what we expected. I'm really ready to see the next chapter. If you think I should do more Naruto reviews, because I'm really trying to expand my repertoire of videos. I already do video games, AMVs. I got a couple other stuff I'm thinking about doing. But if you think this review is good, give me a comment. Rate the video. I'm not gonna say like it because you might not have liked it. Well, give me like your honest opinion in the comments. Whatever, rate, comment, subscribe. And this is Wes, and I'm out.